Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue and I am so grateful that you're joining me. Today I am doing a pick a card reading. We're simply asking Spirit what messages they have for you about your love life. And so I have three piles of cards. Pile number one is with the Amestyth crystal. Pile number two is with the rose quartz crystal. And pile number three is with the jade crystal. And if you'd like to, you can stop the video for a moment and meditate and try to see which pile is calling to you. And when you're ready, the timestamps are in the description box below. And I'll go ahead and start with pile one now. Hello there, group one. If you chose the Amestyth crystal, this is your reading. And so let's go ahead and get into it. We're first going to take a look at your overall energy of your love life, or what you're trying to bring into your love life. So we have the Six of Pentacles. This is a lovely energy. You're trying to find balance either within a relationship that you already have, or in the next romantic relationship that you're trying to bring in. This is a lovely energy of trying to, have equal give and take within your relationships. Sometimes it means that you could have had relationships that were codependent in the past, but you're really trying to build, healthy boundaries and looking out for yourself within your own relationship. So it's a lovely energy. Okay, then we have, oh my goodness, door to romance. I love these two together too. Like I'm also getting a sense that you're trying to balance out your life. In general. So like you may have been spending a lot of time trying to build your financial stability or some other areas of your life, maybe just working on you, building healthy habits and that type of thing within your own life. But you're really ready to open this door to romance. Wow. I get a really good sense with this too. So if you are single right now, this is definitely in your near future. And if you're just currently like starting to date somebody, I think, I really, I don't normally get this feeling, but I get this like excited feeling with this door to romance. Really nice. Oh, well, this is why. Because this is a true soulmate that is either has recently come onto your path or is about to come onto your path. And not only a true soulmate, but there's a romantic connection. It's a really sweet, sweet connection. And it is balanced. This is something that, you have really tried to bring into your romantic love relationships. Sometimes, when we're in a relationship, it can be all, about the physical part of it and doesn't have a lot of the emotional bond that you're also looking for. Or you could be very giving in a relationship, putting a lot more time and effort and energy into the relationship than the other person. But this is a lovely energy of, you having what you want out of the relationship, and also, giving in a very equal way. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the romance angel cards. Okay, so there's the release your ex. So there's possibly a situation where you have come out of a relationship that was not balanced, and part of enjoying this new romance is to go ahead and release not just the person, but also, the fears about getting into another relationship that is like a previous relationship. It's about forgiveness. It's about allowing this person and whatever happened in the past to go ahead and just, leave your life, release it, be grateful for it. Grateful for the lessons that you learned from it, but then just moving on and allowing this new person that's coming onto your path to have like a fresh start with you too. Like you get a fresh start, but they get a fresh start too. That you're not, kind of reminiscing in your own mind about, well, I wonder if, this new person is going to do this like the old person, like just giving them a fresh start and allowing you to have a fresh start too. Really nice. Yeah, this is a passionate, relationship, but it's a good chemistry. It's not just about the physical attraction between the two of you. There's also a good chemistry here. I'm getting a really good emotional chemistry. And then make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I love this message because I do think that your spirit guides and angels are really trying to help you on this path to learn how to have balance within your relationships and allowing you to open your heart and embrace this new love as a new love. Once again, I just keep getting the leave the baggage in the past type of energy. Okay, so we're going to look at the soulmate cards. Yeah, there's some lesson that you have either had to learn from a previous connection or possibly the person that you're dealing with. But, we all have lessons that we have to learn from our romantic relationships or really from any relationship. And so it's about taking a look at what happened in the past and not dwelling on it, but learning from it and being grateful for the wisdom that you have gained through that experience with somebody from the past. It's a lovely energy. It's about really taking stock with how you are different now than you were in a previous relationship and moving into this new relationship with that knowledge. Like really embracing the new person that you have become. Yeah, and here's release. Loosen your hold, relax, unwind. Release fear, anxiety, and doubt. They really, I do think that for some of you, you have come out of a relationship in the past that was really painful, ended, possibly in a very painful way. And so it is about releasing that energy, allowing that situation to know that it is in the past. That situation has left your life, but it's also about allowing the energy of that last relationship to also leave your life. And then we have control, stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations. So, once again, when there's any type of a control situation within a relationship or any situation, right? And this could be yours, or it could be, possibly you may feel like the person that you are coming into contact with may be a little bit controlling. To realize that controlling comes from fear. And a lot of times when we're in a relationship and one person, one party or the other is trying to control a little bit of the relationship, it's because of their fear of the relationship ending. And it's really just kind of embracing that fear of realizing that, this is a sweet romance that you have here. And I do feel it is a really solid, true soulmate connection. And it's allowing it to grow without, just bringing up the past over and over again in your own mind. I don't think you're talking about it with this new romance, but it's about, not, every little thing that they do, like trying to look at it and then also connect it to the person from the past. Just let this person be who they are. This is lovely energy. You have gotten over the past situation. You have healed your heart from it because here you are, you're moving on. And the reason that you're moving on is because you have become extremely confident in yourself. You have possibly really been spending a lot of time balancing out your life. Like, I have a feeling some of you in a past situation put so much time and energy into that relationship. And then when it ended, you realized, I have nothing else in my life, right? Okay, now I have to go put some energy into my career because my finances are not stable at this moment. Or I have to go find some other friends. Sometimes we tend to do that when we're in a romantic connection. We don't have other friends or other relationships, connections outside of our romantic connection. And I think that you may have found yourself in that place. And then all of a sudden you were like, hey, wait a minute, I have to balance out my life. I have to make sure that I have romance in my life. Yes, I want romance, but I also want to have a nice career going. I want financial stability for myself. I want a little bit of my own independence, some friends of my own, or hobbies or interests other than just my romantic connection. And I think that that is possibly the lesson that you have learned, that it's not just about the romance. Although the romance is good, it's not just about the romance. It's also about the rest of your life and how you are progressing as a person yourself. And so here you are, you're in this Queen of Wands energy. You're very confident about yourself and about your life, about where you're going. And you've put a lot of energy into finding this balance and bringing yourself into this fiery energy, right? Like, I'm going to go out and get what it is that I want out of life. And because of that, you've been able to move on from this person from the past. But as you walk into a new romance, it's about not like just jumping into the romance. It's about keeping this other balance that you have in your life. And, we all have only so much time and energy, and you may have to give or compromise a little bit from other things in your life in order to have time and energy for this new romance. But it's about making sure that your life is still balanced. So I think it's a really nice message. And I think, honestly, you already know this. It's kind of like you may even be saying this to yourself. Well, I can't just jump into this. I also have to keep other things in my life going. But it is a nice reminder. Yes, and you are. Somebody here is taking action, communicating, their love for you, that they want to start this romance. There's a lot of fire and passion because, look at this. We have a lot of passion and fire in this relationship, but it is going to be more balanced. And part of it is because you are coming into this wanting a more balanced relationship and also a more balanced life. Okay, so let's pull. We're going to pull a creativity oracle card, and then we'll pull a lover's card for this. And if you have enjoyed this message, I would really appreciate if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, so here's the artwork for your creativity oracle card. Visualize. When we develop our abilities to visualize, we can manifest maximum influence on our experience of reality. And I really do like that message for this, pick a card for this section, because it is about visualizing. What do you want as a balanced life? You want to bring in the romance, right? But you also want balance in the other parts of your life, and really visualizing, getting into your heart chakra, your heart space, about what it is that you want, not just in romance, but in your entire life. And by doing that, you're going to help to bring this even, faster into manifestation and into fruition within your relationship. Really nice energy. Okay, and this is your Lover's Oracle card. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is time to give to yourself. And I absolutely love this. This is coming right back to our discussion about staying balanced in your life. So if this new romance has already kind of come onto your path, or if it hasn't and it's about to, it'll definitely is on your path, then what it's talking about, just don't jump into the romance. You do want to make the effort, okay? Because you do have that card. You do want to make the effort in this new romance, or if you're already started in it, you want to make the effort, but it's also about making the effort to keep balance in your own life and to keep in mind the Queen of Wands. Where's my Queen of Wands? Here she is. The Queen of Wands really puts herself first. She is confident enough to know that by putting herself first, she actually has the magnetism to draw in romance. So the Queen of Wands is a very good energy. I think you're in that energy. And as you move into this romance, you want to stay in that energy, because that's actually what is attracting this new romance to you, is the fact that you are independent and yet giving towards others. There's a little bit of a balance there, that I give to myself so that I have enough energy and love and joy within me that I can share it, and also share it and give it to the others in my life, including your romantic connection. Well, pile one, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed doing it for you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Hello, Group 2. If you chose the Rose Quartz Crystal, then this is your reading. So we're going to begin by taking a look at the overall energy that you have in your romantic life right now. So this is the Strength card. There may be a situation where you need strength, but also courage. So we're going to take a closer look at this. But courage as far as moving through a relationship that you may be in or about to come in. It's about putting yourself out there. Having the strength to either express your own feelings, or even just, allowing the boundaries that you may have put around your heart chakra to come down. The message I'm getting is that you have the strength to do this and the courage, but that, the spirit guides, your angels, they know that you need a little encouragement. Let's put it that way. So let's see what else we have. Okay, contract. Okay, so with the contract, it could be that you have, and we're going to get some more clarification, a contract coming in. This is like a soul contract, like a soulmate that is coming in, or that you have recently started a connection with. And for some of you, this could mean that it's going to be a long-term contract, as in like a proposal or, a wedding, and maybe not, super close to this time, but that whatever you're coming into, that you have the strength to go the distance is the message that I'm getting. Okay, let's see what else we have. Divine Matrix. Yeah, this person that either is in your life that you have a romantic connection with now, or is about to come into your life. This is a true soulmate. This is somebody that is meant to be in your life, possibly for a very long time, because we have a contract card here. And, with the Strength card, I'm really getting the sense that you may be wondering, do you really have the courage to go the distance? Or perhaps the person that you're dealing with needs the strength or the courage to possibly, start this proposal, start this contract. Really, it's a lovely energy. Yeah, so here is express your love. Once again, I think somebody here needs the strength to express what it is that they feel. And possibly trying to, express that they really do want something to go long term. It could be that you're in a connection and things are going well, but you're trying to figure out are we going to the next level? It's, are we going to get married? Are we looking long term? Or even if you come into contact with a new person, in the next, short amount of time in the near future. It's about also expressing your feelings. Like once it gets to that point about expressing your feelings, that I feel like you want something that's going to go long term. And you're hoping that the other person is too. So you have the worth of waiting for. This is a connection that definitely has taken some time to come in, but it was definitely worth waiting for, because it does have the potential to go along the distance. And then we have children. So it could be that possibly, you're already starting to discuss like a family life. I have a sense that this is more of a reading for, somebody that's kind of already in some type of connection. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily, you could have just recently started dating, but you're already getting the vibe like, hey, I think this could be the one. It's kind of like confirmation to me. This is a little bit of a confirmation that this is the one. Interesting. Because the other reading was definitely like a new love. And this one is, to me, more of a confirmation. Okay, so we have a couple of cards here. Let's see. We have regret, remorse, life regrets, loss. Start making empowering choices. So I feel like this, once again, is somewhat of a connection that you're already in. And there could be a little bit of talk about how are we proceeding? Where are we going in the future? And, there could be some regrets either in your part or in the person that you're dealing with about a love connection in the past. I don't think it's with this connection. I think that is why this is taking maybe a little bit longer than you may want. And that is why we have the worth waiting for here. It's about going ahead and allowing this to play out, that somebody in this connection is regretting something from the past. Now, for some of you, I think you could be possibly separated from the person in this situation. So you could have been dating, you could have been getting serious. Maybe you weren't seeing eye to eye about having children, or perhaps one of you was married previously and has children, and the children were affecting your relationship about coming together. But there's something about regretting. If you're in separation, somebody is regretting that, the separation happened, or the conflict within your relationship. Either about, are we going the distance, or about children. Somebody is regretting that. And it's kind of a good thing if you are having a little bit of that, back and forth type of energy, because somebody here, because of that back and forth, is building their own self-worth, moving away from thinking that this connection is the only thing that they need in their life, and kind of like sticking with their values. I really am getting the sense that if somebody in this connection wanted children and the other one didn't, or children are somehow impacting your connection, that it is about really sticking with your core values. The self-worth is sticking with your core values. It says values, self-esteem, confidence. Be empowered by valuing yourself. And it's about, yes, this is something I really want. So if you're kind of in a connection, you wanted children and the other person is like not sure about having children, once again, it's about like, no, this is really important to me. There's something in this connection that's really important to you. And it's about you having the strength and the courage to stand up for yourself and your values within this connection. And then we have pause, inaction, calmness, step back, wait for the sign. Yeah, because I think that this connection is not over. It's just that somebody in this connection needs a little bit more time to think it out. And it could be possibly you. But this is, I'm also getting that, the two of you do have a soul contract. This is a true soulmate that's helping you to realize what is really valuable to you in your own life. And I do think that this connection does work out. But it is about really standing up for what it is that you really want out of your own life, outside of this connection. So, for instance, if you really do want children and they don't, that, you're really expressing those feelings. You're not holding that in. You're expressing your love for this person, but you're also expressing your love for yourself, what it is that you want. And then just pausing, just say what it is that you have to say, and then just pausing and allowing this person to also, figure out what it is that they want. Yeah, I think initially there's, a conflict here. I think initially you are going to be disappointed in what their reaction is. But look at this. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And I love the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. This is the Dreaming Way deck, tarot deck. Because the Queen of Pentacles in this is about somebody that is, building her finances here with the Pentacle. Building her finances, her independence, not needing somebody else in their life. And I think this is you coming into that. But also, look at, she's holding a baby. So when we come back to the children, it's also about, hey, I want my financial stability. Perhaps you want a career. Perhaps, you want your somewhat of an independence. Like, you don't want this connection to be your only thing in your life. You want your own kind of life, but you also are, the Queen of Pentacles nurtures herself. She's financially stable. Her house looks good. She looks good. She's very grounded, very based in her feminine energy of nurturing herself and nurturing others. And then in this deck, she's also holding a baby. It's kind of like holding out for everything that it is that you want, realizing that you are valuable and this. But it's kind of like standing up, having the strength to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is really what I want. And not, there's always has to be a compromise in relationships, but at the same time, realizing if this is, something that's in your core belief system, that it's something that you really shouldn't compromise on. This is something that is, your soul is calling you to do, whatever this, thing. And I really have a feeling it has something to do with children or family life. You may want a long-term traditional marriage and the person that you're dealing with does not. It's something like that. And realizing that if it doesn't, I do feel like you're getting the message to let this be. Like, have your say and let this be for a little bit. Let it just kind of cook, right? And that it'll be worth waiting for. If this relationship does not go any further, that there is something that is worth waiting for. Like, you are going to get whatever it is that you want, pile two. You're going to get whatever it is that you're holding out for that's in your core value system. So you're going to get it. It's just you standing in your own power and embracing that and expressing your needs to, the person that you're in a connection with. Okay, so we're going to pull a creativity oracle card and then a lover's oracle card. And pile two, if you have enjoyed this reading, I really would appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, so here's your creativity oracle card. Wow, I don't think I've ever had this card before. And the message on it is beautiful too. So I'll read that in a minute. But I really, it is about really connecting to your core beliefs. A really grounded, energy here. And this butterfly is really calling to me. I think for some of you, this may be one of the first times in your romantic love life that you have really seen exactly what it is you want out of something in your life. So, for instance, having children or being able to have your career and children, something that you really and truly want for yourself. And it's probably the first time that you've actually expressed it to somebody else. Like when you were in other romantic connections, you may have like gone along with the flow. Whatever you want is fine with me, right? But now all of a sudden you've ascended to a point where it's like, no, this is really important to me, and I am willing to wait for the right person. So the message on the back is willpower. Use your willpower to bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. Wow. It gives me goosebumps because I really feel like that's the message that you've gotten here all along. Just to express what it is that you want, and then just allowing that the other person, allowing it to pause, this relationship to pause, being willing to walk away from this relationship if that's what you need to do in order to get what it is that you truly want. And, understanding that you may be disappointed, but whatever it is that you truly want for yourself in life is on your path. And just to surrender to that. And it still could be with this connection. I don't really see that this connection necessarily has to end. I think you may initially be disappointed by their response, but then I think just allowing them to think about it may come back. And it is bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. This is about you having the power to stand in your self-worth and know this one thing I'm not compromising about. I really want children. I mean, that's a big thing. If you really want children and the person you're with does not, that is a big thing. You can't compromise because you either have children or you don't. And it could be vice versa. Maybe you don't want children and the person you're with does. But either way, it's about, knowing what it is that you really want out of life and then not compromising on that issue. It doesn't mean that you may not have to compromise in, other issues, but there's something here that is really intrinsic to you, very much of a core belief for you. And you're definitely getting the message. Do not compromise on that. You may be feeling, well, should I compromise? And it's like, no. This is really important for you to stay on your soul path. This is something you need to stand up for. Oh, so this is your Lover's Oracle card. I'm not surprised that this popped out. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Yeah, and twin flame journeys are not easy journeys. I think whatever it is that, you have this conflict about, whether it's children or something else, there's some conflict here. And, the twin flame journey means that the person that you're with is kind of like a mirror to you. You're kind of it forces you to go in and to realize what it is that your soul truly wants. So, what are your core values, and really, kind of almost, challenging you to stand in your power and to protect your core values. So it is a really lovely reading. And I do think there's a lot of love here. There's definitely a lot of love. And, the contract card, once again, is like a soul contract. I think the two of you, especially if you're twin flames, it is about having a soul contract with each other, helping each other to, with your soul evolution, with ascending, with, trying to figure this out and what your soul is longing for you to do. Well, pile two, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Hello, Group 3. If you chose the Jade Crystal, then this is your reading. So we're going to first take a look at your overall energy in your romantic love life. Let's see what we have. Temperance. You are needing patience. You're needing patience, and it could be that, you're single and you're looking for, having to patiently wait for someone new to come into your romantic love life. Or you could be in a connection right now and just needing patience with the person that you're dealing with or the connection in itself. So let's take a look. What else do we have? Oh, hostilities. Yes. So there is possibly a connection that you're already in, and there are some, there's some type of conflict, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be conflict between you and your connection, the person that you're dealing with. It could be even family hostilities. It could be external hostilities about your connection, or job related, things like that. There could be a situation outside of your connection that is actually affecting your connection. So we'll get some more information about that. Willing release. So there is something here. I feel like somebody is needing to forgive, or just, and it has to do with this hostilities. It's about realizing that whatever has happened, whatever the conflict is, it needs to be discussed, but it also needs forgiveness, compassion, and a willing release for it to come to an end. And also with the Temperance card, I'm getting a true sense that this is a divine connection, and that your spirit guides and angels are helping you within this connection, with this conflict, and helping somebody in this connection to willingly release whatever the conflict is. Okay, so let's take a look at the romantic angel card. So we have soulmate. Yes, I really think that this is a deep soulmate connection, not just a casual soulmate. This is a deep soulmate connection here. And there is a lot of attraction between the two of you. Now, we have the separation card, and I'm kind of not surprised because, this hostilities energy that I have here is, something about really, like, you have been, somebody here has been really upset about something. Somebody did something, and the other person is really upset about that. And so that could be you, or it could be, the person you're dealing with. So let's see what the soulmate cards are in the tarot, and then we'll get some more information. Yeah, within this connection, you're at a crossroads. It's kind of, I get the sense that you definitely could be separated right now, or talking about separating, that type of thing. But it's a crossroads not only within your connection, but also within your life. It's about learning something new about yourself, because you have the awakening card here. It's taking a look at what your core values are and seeing how they fit within this connection. There is something here with this hostilities card. I'm actually going to ask for a little clarification just on the hostilities, so I can get a little bit more information. No. Here we go. Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles, Page of Swords on the bottom. If you're separated, the person that you're dealing with could be keeping tabs on you in social media, or you could be keeping tabs on them. The King of Pentacles to me is someone that could have, in this connection, could have had control issues about money, finances. So there could be some hostilities or concerns about finances within your relationship. One of you is just ho-hum about this relationship. Like, to me, there's like somebody here is really looking for love. wants love in this connection. And somebody, I think, is really just concentrating on their career. That could be where your hostilities is coming from. Like one person in this relationship feels like it's not balanced because they want more of an emotional connection, and somebody else is, working on their career, their finances. They could even have financial burdens right now that they're trying to, like say they had some debt or student loans or something like that they're really trying to pay off, and they're putting a lot of time and effort into that. But the other person in this connection, I think, really wants more of an emotional connection. And because of that, there's this kind of like, well, I don't know if I want to wait around for this. So that's where your hostilities are coming in. It's about trying to find balance in this connection and willingly releasing, because I also have a compromise card. It's like there needs to be a little bit more compromise. If somebody is, this is kind of an energy of, almost like a workaholic, right? I'm here, hey, I'm giving you, I'm financially supporting you. This person could be saying, I'm financially supporting you, but you're like, yeah, that's nice. And it is nice, right? But you're also at the same time like, I really want a true emotional connection. I want you to also express your love. And because of that, you are possibly just sitting there going, I just don't know if this connection can last for me, because I want financial stability in my life, but I also want somebody that can truly love me. And there is, this true soul connection. You have the soulmate card. You are attracted to this person. But at the same time, it's kind of like you're not, this is kind of like, yeah, I'm getting kind of ho-hum about this relationship. Not sure I want to wait around. The Temperance card is about having patience with this situation, with this person. You are at a crossroads, but one of the things that you need to also realize is that this is, somebody needs to come to awaken to the idea of what a true connection is, that it's not just about providing financial stability or just stability in your life, but that, you also want that emotional connection. I think it's interesting. Right now, we don't have any of the any wands energy. We have some tarot cards here left. There is attraction here. There is attraction, but it's kind of like there's not enough emotion. There's like physical attraction, but not maybe enough. Wow. Okay, so we'll look at these. There's, physical attraction, but maybe not enough emotional connection. That's what you're concerned about. But look at this. We have the Strength card, and then we have the Lovers card. This is a really deep soulmate connection. It could be a twin flame connection. There is a soul connection here, but what I think you're really wanting is also that emotional, like within this connection, you don't feel like there's enough expression of love, and that's what you're really wanting. And this is kind of a burden to you. Somebody feels burdened by this connection, and I really feel like it comes back to that sense that it's, I want to say, like one of you feels like it's more of a business transaction of a connection, like there's nothing wrong with this connection. With the Four of Cups, there's like nothing wrong with the connection, right? I don't even see codependency or anything like that here. It's just that there's not that emotional bond. That's the sense that I get, that you're really trying to get, like, I think that this is a deep soul connection, that the two of you could be together for the rest of your life. But at the same time, you're trying to choose, right? you're trying to choose, do I stay with something that's super financially secure, or do I really kind of try to go out and find someone that can offer me true love? Okay, I am also going to try to clarify this Ten of Wands and see what that is. Oh, the Moon card, the Sun card, the Nine of Wands, Six of Wands. There's going to be victory in this connection. What you don't realize is, there's a lot of love and abundance and joy within this connection. Right now, it's like you don't see it because somebody is really busy at work is how I feel. They may be trying to climb the corporate ladder or starting a new business, something like that, that is taking time away from your connection, and you're just feeling kind of sad about it. Like, hey, I really, you may have really felt this before. We had this really cool emotional bond, and now I feel like we're not quite as connected. And it's about having patience. And with the Moon card and Temperance, this is a divinely guided situation. I do feel like by going through this situation and not walking away from it completely, and we do have the separation card here. You may be separated, but still may be talking, or maybe you're not talking, but you're thinking of each other. Yeah, the Page of Swords, keeping tabs on each other, or, something like that. It's about having patience and not necessarily cutting off this connection yet, because the divine is working to helping bring this connection. And it is about having healthy boundaries. I think you may be trying to set those boundaries around, what it is that you want, the connection, like somebody spending too much time once again at work or something, and you're just like, yeah, I need more time with you, and not just quantity of time. You really want quality of time. That's the sense that I get. And that you're willing to, see this through, because you have the Nine of Wands here. And the Nine of Wands is kind of the wounded warrior, right? You've been through a lot of rounds with this person. And you know that there's a lot of joy and abundance that is still within this connection. It's just kind of like, you have the Strength card. Do I have the strength and courage to really see this through? You're at that crossroads. Somebody here is really thinking about ending this connection for good. And it's about having the strength and courage to maybe see it out. At least give it some more time. Okay, so I am going to pull a creativity oracle card. This one popped out, and then I have another one for you. So here's the artwork. Actualization. You will achieve your full potential by virtue of your creativity and your honest pursuit of truth. And I do feel like you are having to speak your truth about how you feel in this connection. And for some of you, it is that you may feel like, hey, we're going our separate ways, and I don't like that. Like, how do we bring this back together? And limits. Know that limiting attitudes are often formed as protective reaction to past events. My guides are really pointing out this Nine of Wands. Like, don't cut this person off. Or, this could be what they're doing, but I'm going to say pile 3, this could be you, like building up barriers because you feel hurt that somebody has their focus on their finances or career or something like that. Like, the focus isn't on you right at this moment. You may feel like, oh, I'm not getting enough emotional, emotional attachment right now in this connection. And so you could be putting up barriers to them. So when they do, I'm going to give an example. Say they've been at work for 12 hours and then they come home and, they try to lean in and give you a kiss or a hug or something like that, and you kind of shrug it off, right? Like, you want to make sure that you are staying open to this connection, because if you're doing that, if you can relate to that, resonate to that kind of, thinking about putting up barriers to this person because you're hurt, right? You are hurt. It's only because of your fear, and protective reactions to past events. So it's about realizing that part of your journey is to keep your heart chakra open and stay positive about this connection, and that will help to heal it. It's it really is a very much of being able to wait this out and to be patient with yourself and with this connection, but also willingly release any of the resentment. I think it's at the beginning I said forgiveness. It is about forgiveness, but it's also about willingly releasing any resentment you may have over something, that is taking time perhaps away from your connection. Okay, really, really nice message here. Okay, and pile 3, we're going to pull a Lover's Oracle card here to finish this out. If you have enjoyed this reading or resonated with the message, I would really appreciate it if you consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is a gateway to the soul. And, my guides are calling me back to this. When we put up barriers to other people, there's healthy barriers and then there's closed off barriers. And sometimes the 9 of Wands is about, putting up barriers really just as a protection, and not not allowing people to cross that boundary, that barrier. And there is some healthy boundaries, but at the same time you don't want to become closed off. And it is about going back into your heart. Not our mind is the one that puts up these wands to protect us, right? And you have to love yourself for putting up those barriers, because you're just trying to protect your own heart. But this is also a message to go back into your heart. How do you feel about this connection? Is this a connection that you would really like to continue having in your life? What does your heart say? Not your mind, not your ego. And when you go to your heart space, it will help you to find the answers about how to go forward. The Temperance card, I think, is also about alchemy, balancing things out, balancing out a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And perhaps, it is about also balancing within this connection, how much time and energy each of you puts into it versus other things in your life or their life. And also about, your heart and your mind. Like, you have to balance that out. And for some of you, you could be a little bit overly protecting your heart at this time. And just see if that kind of message resonates. If you are the one that is having to spend more time away from this connection because of your work, then this is a good message to understand why the person that you are dealing with in a romantic connection is possibly putting up the barriers, right? They're only trying to protect their heart. And so it's really about everybody in this connection just getting back into their heart space and having, conversations if you need to. But this is a really true soulmate connection. There's a lot of attraction, a lot of love in this connection, and it's worth taking a little bit more time with this and seeing if you can't get this to work out. So I am going to leave it there, pile 3. I do wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.